Well, we're getting into the so-called giving season of the year. Around the winter holidays, people feel compelled to give to a number of charities trying to do some good. But you also have to watch out for the bad actors out there who typically try to capitalize on your good intentions. Here to talk more about charity scams today is North Carolina Attorney General Josh Stein. First of all, General, thanks for being here. We appreciate it. You know, a lot of these fake charities look incredibly convincing. What should people be on the lookout for?
Really, there are two big issues folks need to worry about, because when you give your hard-earned money for a good cause, you want it to actually serve that purpose and not to line some crook's pockets. The two main problems are, one, legitimate organizations, charities, that use telemarketers that might take something like 90 cents out of the dollar just to pay the telemarketer. So only 10 cents is going to the purpose you want it to. And of course, the second main problem are criminals who just out and out lie about who they're serving, and really they're just stealing people's money.
You would certainly recommend, and just going back to the point you raised there a moment ago about the marketing dollars that are spent based on your donation, that's all researchable on the internet.
Yeah, there are really helpful websites like GuideStar, Navigator. If you go to our website, ncdoj.gov/charity, we will give you a lot of helpful tips on how to make sure your money goes where you want it to.
Yeah, it's important to do your research on the front side, unless you're giving to something that you've given to before and you know where the money goes and you're content with doing that. But if you're going to give to a new charity, it's definitely worth checking it out. So if you do get scammed, is there any way to get your money back? What can you do?
It's really tough. If you have sent the money, it's almost impossible to get it back, because many of these criminals don't even live in the United States. They're international. That's what the internet allows them to do, is to hide in foreign lands. Our best advice for people is just give to groups you know. You decide who you want to give it to. Don't respond to some solicitation you get by email, over the telephone, something you see on social media. You know, they're masters at playing to our heartstrings and making us think that they're giving to some cause that sounds great, but could be completely illegitimate. So find out the organizations you know, you believe in, and you know will put the money to good use, and that's where you should give your money.
You know, you mentioned that a lot of these people operate from different countries. How often do these scammers even get caught? And what's the penalty even if they do?
Not often. It's very hard to track down the scammers. Now, there's some organizations, like there was a telemarketing outfit here in the United States that made, and I'm not lying, 1.3 billion phone calls to over 67 million Americans. That's like 1 out of every 5 people. And it was all about telemarketing for charities, firefighters, veterans, cancer, all this stuff. And they were keeping over 90% of the money. So we've shut that operation down. When we can find them and hold them accountable, we do that. It's just the best advice for people is prevent yourself from being scammed on the front end. It's so much better than trying to get the money back on the back end.
Yeah, I say that a lot. It's a little bit of research there on the front end, and not just clicking donate, especially through a social media site, really is going to save you a lot of headache and a lot of heartache, and it's going to save you money on the backside of things.
100%, Bill. That's perfect advice. And if people have questions, I've got a toll-free number, 877-5-NO-SCAM. And we have people who work for you. They're paid for by the taxpayers. And it's all about helping you make good decisions. So if you feel curious, uncertain, frustrated, just call and ask somebody for advice before you send the money. It's so much better to do it before the money's gone.
Can't agree with you more. Attorney General Josh Stein here in North Carolina. Thanks so much for your time today. It's an important topic to talk about as we approach the holidays. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, Bill.
Okay.